Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about how to find out if your girlfriend doesn't love you. You've been in a relationship and you've noticed the spark, you've shared things in common, you've enjoyed each other's company. It has always been sweet, sweet butterflies in your belly, and it was really good. And as time goes on, you start feeling distant from the one you love, from the one you feel all those things for. You start feeling confused if they actually love you, or they're getting tired of you, or whether you did something wrong. Different feelings, mixed emotions running through your mindset. You don't have to be confused anymore, because I'm going to help you to figure out if she still loves you or if she doesn't love you. Number one is that she stops making plans for the future with you. Does she talk about doing things together in several months or years? Does she talk about future holidays and travel plans? Does she talk about getting married, having a family, settling down, how many kids you guys will have together? Does she talk about having a home and how you would train your children and how she would want her home to be with you, and she involves you in this topic? Has she been doing this all in the past? She might also stop reminiscing about the past and bringing up all the good times you've had together. When all these things has been happening and all of a sudden something happens, all of a sudden it feels like she stopped. All of a sudden it feels like she doesn't really care about future plans together with you. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't even gear towards it. It could be a sign that she is no longer in love with you. It might not be a sign that she's not in love with you. Maybe you did something. But if this is actually happening, let me give you a solution. Remind her of your best moments as a couple. If she thinks about why you two fell in love and how much fun you've had in the past, it could change her perspective. Number two, she flirts with other people. Does she cross boundaries you've agreed on? The signs could be she dressing differently when she's going to see them, texting them frequently and talking about personal things, or liking and or commenting on their social media posts. Remember that it is normal and healthy to have friendships with other people outside of your relationship. So when she does this, there's a possibility that she's no longer in love with you and she is trying to move on with someone else. And she doesn't even care if you notice this, because she wants you to read the handwriting on the wall and maybe give up yourself. But here's the solution. Be intentional about flirting with your girlfriend. If you add the spark back into your own relationship, she might be less inclined to seek it elsewhere. Number three, she criticizes you. Does she frequently blame you or point out your flaws? If you're the only one apologizing and she never takes responsibility for any issues that come up, you're obviously dealing with a one-sided relationship. Now, here's what to do. Point out the things that you like about her or the things that she does well. When she sees you focusing on her positive qualities, it might remind her to do the same for you. Number four, she seems bored with you or the relationship. Do you notice her feeling distant, or are you feeling distant from your girlfriend that you're in a relationship with? You notice that she doesn't really bring up conversations for you guys to talk about. Even when you bring up conversations, she doesn't really extend the conversation. She only replies you with a word. She doesn't want to really talk to you. She's always on her phone, and whenever you bring up a conversation, she doesn't really want to talk in depth or deeply with you. She feels distant. She feels bored even when around you. It feels like you're boring her. What to do is try spicing things up. Surprise her with an adventure or try creating a romantic night at home. Number five, she spends less time with you. Has she been spending a lot of her time with friends? There is nothing bad with spending time with friends. But on a normal, when you're in a relationship with someone, you create time for them and also create time for yourself and for your friends. And now she's just creating time for just herself and her friends, and she doesn't get you involved. Like, she doesn't really go out with you. She doesn't spend time with you. Even when you create time and want her to go out with you or spend time with you, she keep giving you excuse that maybe she's busy or she's out with friends. Kind of like looks like she's trying to avoid you. She doesn't really want to find herself a lot in a space with you. Here's what to do. Ask her to block off a couple of hours for a date night, or see if she wants to spend the day with you at an aquarium, bowling alley, or nature preserve. Number 6, she avoids physical intimacy and contact with you. When you're in a relationship with someone or you're in a marriage with someone, it is quite common for you to involve romantically or physically attached. Know that so many people are in a relationship whereby they don't practice that. But the little peck on the cheek, kiss on the forehead, kiss on the neck, hug, holding hands together can go as long as connecting the spark that you guys have together. It binds and bonds the relationship that the both of you have together. It doesn't all have to be in and out activity for it to be physical activity. Now, if this has been happening, you guys normally kiss, you hold hands together, you peck each other, you kiss each other, and then all of a sudden you want to touch her and she's drifting away. You want to peck her and she's shifting. You want to hug her and she's leaning backwards. If this is happening, then she's trying to avoid physical contact with you. The solution: offer her a massage or ask her to snuggle up with you for a date night or a movie night. A little connection can go a long way. Remember that you should never pressure her to be intimate with you. If she doesn't want to touch you or have you touch her, respect that. Number 7, she doesn't talk to you very much. Have you been trying to communicate with her and she's trying to avoid the communication? You guys chat often and all of a sudden the chat ceases. She doesn't really want to chat to you. You're just the only one saying hi and she will just say hello. How was your day? My day was good. You know, not prolonging the conversation or the chat to extend it so that you guys can have a very quality and good communication. And then you're the one trying to force yourself to communicate with her. Have you been communicating really well with each other? And all of a sudden, the communication is going nowhere. The communication becomes one-sided. Even when she's around, she doesn't really talk that much to you anymore. The solution could be send her sweet texts or leave little love notes where she'll find them to remind her how much you care. Number 8, she doesn't care about you or your feelings. If she doesn't care about you or your feelings, it could be a sign that she is no longer in love with you or that something is wrong with the relationship that needs to be fixed. Especially when you complain about something and she doesn't really seem to pay much attention. She doesn't really ask you how you're doing. She sees that you're not lively and she doesn't really care to know what the problem is. She doesn't care if you're good. She doesn't care to know how your day went. She doesn't care to know the plans that you have for the next day. Now, this could be a sign that she doesn't really give a flying about your feelings and doesn't really care much about you anymore. The solution could be take time to listen to her problems and feelings when she shares them. Seeing how thoughtful and empathetic you are might just remind her to be there for you in the same way. Number 9, she badmouths you to other people. A supportive partner will stick up to you and not trash talk you. The solution could be avoid the temptation to criticize her to your own friends and family. Remind yourself of her good qualities and remember that everyone has flaws. Number 10, she cheats on you. Has she betrayed your trust, emotional or physical affair? The solution could be, it is not your fault that your partner cheated, even if your relationship was rocky. You deserve someone who will be loyal no matter what. 11, she wants to take a break or break up. The solution is, taking a break can actually strengthen your relationship. Make time to have fun and hobbies that have fallen by the wayside. She might just remember what a great person you are and miss the times you spend together. And know that for the both of you to work on your relationship, there has to be two parties involved. She doesn't want the relationship and you want the relationship. She's not ready to work on the relationship, but you're ready to work on the relationship. At the end of the day, you guys have to let the relationship go. The best way to handle this is try talking to her. What you feel is happening with your relationship and how you're ready and eager to make it work. I know that when it comes to cheating, it is really not easy to regain back the trust and continue that relationship, but it takes a lot of work and effort from both parties. If you want to make it work and she is really willing to make it work. And the both of you can talk about what the problem is. Maybe there was a problem that she's not really in the mood or ready to talk about. That is an opportunity for her to air what is wrong with her, and then you both can work on your relationship and make it happen. But if she doesn't want the relationship, let her go and find someone new. Bye.